Although points in Formula 1 are awarded on a Sunday, they are often earned on the Friday and Saturday. Let's make the most of these days through the practice programs. Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well today. My name is PJ and today we are looking at the practice programs in F1 2020. I'll be explaining the goal of each one, why they are useful, and how you can complete them all. If you like these guides and want to see more, you can subscribe to find them, but for now, let's get started. In modern Formula 1 games, you can take part in a number of mini-challenges during free practice sessions in Career, My Team and weekly events. These are the practice programs, and they are an essential tool for getting the most out of your Formula 1 experience. The main goal of each practice program is to ensure you are best prepared for your upcoming race, by teaching you various aspects of how to manage your car around a track. You can use these to learn a track's layout, how to manage your tyres, where to use your ERS, and more. In Career and My Team, you will also earn resource points for every program you complete, which you can spend on upgrades for your car, making it stronger as you do more races. There are 6 programs available, so let's go over them in detail. The goal of the Track Acclimatisation program is to help drivers learn a circuit layout, showing you where to brake, turn, accelerate, and activate your DRS. It's normally a good idea to do these first in each session, so that you can either learn a new track or get familiar with one you haven't visited in a while. Out on track, you'll see a series of gates that you must drive through at speed. The first gate in a corner is typically your braking point, marking a good place to start braking for the turn. The second gate is your corner apex. This is the point at which you can begin to start accelerating out of the turn. And the third gate is your exit point. By the time you reach this, you should be near enough full throttle again. Each gate gives you a rating depending on how fast you went through it. A green mark means you did okay through the turn, and a purple mark is awarded when you take the turn at good speed. If you get a red mark, you were either too slow through the gate or you missed it entirely. To achieve the standard target for the lap, you need mainly green results on each turn, and the more of them you do in a row the better, as you get a score bonus for doing so. The optimal result requires mostly purple scores, and getting this proves you know your way around the track. The Tyre Management program challenges you to complete a lap at speed without putting too much pressure on the tyres. This is important for when you're in a Grand Prix, as you'll be expected to do several laps on the same set of tyres, and having them last a long time ensures you can go faster or longer. Out on track, you will now have a delta time on your screen. This is the lap time you must beat, however the goal isn't that simple. You'll also see a bar on the screen, indicating your tyre wear for the lap. When you go through a corner, this will go up or down depending on how much stress you put on the tyre. If you're gentle with your steering movements, it'll increase towards the purple zone, and if you lock up, spin, or turn too hard, you'll raise the bar rapidly into the red zone. By driving smoothly and at a decent pace, you should be able to beat the target time, while also staying within the green or purple target zones. However, if you cut a corner or run too far wide, you'll invalidate the entire lap, so be careful. You have 3 attempts in a single run, and if you're struggling, try turning the fuel mix to rich, or lowering your differential setting. The Fuel Management program challenges you to complete a lap at speed while also not burning too much fuel. The less fuel you can use in a race, the lighter you can make the car at the start, making it faster and more agile, so it's good to learn some fuel saving techniques with this program. Much like the Tyre Management program, you will have a target lap time which you must beat. However, this time the tyre gauge is replaced with a fuel gauge. Again, the goal is to finish the lap within the green or purple. When you go on the throttle, you're demanding fuel from the car in order to power the engine, making the bar go towards the red zone. If you lift off the throttle before a braking zone, however, you'll see the bar go up, as you're not using fuel in a place you would normally. This is called coasting and is a good fuel saving technique. A good strategy for this program is to drive normally until you're safely under the delta time, and then lift and coast for the heavy braking zones. Try lifting at the 150 meter board, and then braking just after the 100 board before a turn. Once again, you have 3 attempts in a single run. Aim for a green result first, then push yourself to get a purple on subsequent laps. The ERS Management program is similar to Fuel Management, however this time the goal is to use your overtake button in the right parts of the track for maximum performance. As with the previous programs, you have a delta time to beat and a bar to fill up. The tactics for this program are similar to Fuel Management, but somewhat easier to achieve. When you're using the overtake function, the bar will rapidly drop towards the red. However, when you're not using it, it'll gradually rise again, and if you lift and coast before a turn, it'll go up rapidly. The best place to use overtake is at the start of a long straight, maximising your acceleration and straight line performance. Activate it when you're near full throttle and release it once you get to around 7th gear, or if the bar goes into the red zone. Keep it off for the slow corners and save the charge for the big straights. As usual, you have 3 laps to complete this in. Aim for a green result to begin with, and then push yourself further to get a purple with even more energy saving. Now that you have all the fundamentals of driving a Formula 1 car nailed down, it's time to put them to the test. First up is the qualifying pace program, where the goal is simple: just be fast. Unlike the previous programs, you only have one lap to complete this in. However, your goal is also much simpler: beat the target time. You don't need to worry about fuel saving, ERS or tyre management here, just push as hard as you can. A green target time is the pace you are expected to achieve when it comes to qualifying, and a purple time should see you qualify further up the grid, giving you a better shot in the race. This program is also a useful place to try out different setups. One thing I have often done is to run the program on the balance setup preset, and then run it again on the increase speed preset to see which is faster. That tells me which setup I should use in the race, and the next program will further refine my race pace. The race pace program takes everything you have learned so far and uses those skills to build a race strategy for you. It also teaches you to maintain a consistent pace over a number of laps. You will have to drive multiple laps in this program, each with a delta time to beat. Unlike the qualifying pace program where you are going flat out, the goal here is consistency and proving that you can beat the delta time on multiple laps in a row. For every lap you successfully complete, you will gain 10 points, with 30 being a green score and 50 being a purple score. If you do multiple green laps in a row, you'll get a 10-point bonus for each one. That means it's possible to hit the 30-point target in 2 laps and the 50-point target in 3. Cutting a corner or going too slow will invalidate a lap, however, so keep that in mind. As you drive these laps, the program is monitoring your performance in several areas, examining how much fuel and battery you're using as well as your tyre wear. The results of this program will impact the strategies recommended to you for the race, the most important being your starting fuel load. If you run the entire practice program on rich fuel mix, for example, you will burn a lot of fuel and be advised to start the race with a heavier load. What I like to do here is to run 2 laps on standard and 1 lap on rich, giving me enough fuel to push hard in the race when I need to, but not so much that the car will feel heavy. It feels like the right balance to me. In addition to the practice programs, you will also have a set of objectives to complete during a session. These are additional challenges that tie into the programs and award you with extra resource points. I would recommend focusing on the programs themselves first and not worrying about these. However, once you've completed them all, take a look and see if there are any objectives you can do with your remaining time. The extra resource points are always useful and will help you build a better car for your next race. If you enjoyed this video and want to get the most out of your racing experience, check out the videos on the screen to get started. You can also subscribe to help the channel grow. In the meantime, thanks for watching and good luck on track in your next race.